Okay, welcome back to S.4.G. It is what it is opinion show. All right, this is my last video on this. You know what I mean? Because it is what it is, man. People got their own theory of what snitching is. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when I looked at the video that, King Erner, when he presented the papers, of Beans, because obviously he wanted to make sure, show that he wasn't just making this up as far as his paperwork. Okay. When I looked at that video, I said, okay, he got paperwork, but if it say what Beans already said, it is what it is. He was, testifying the fact that a cop gave somebody a gun to shoot at him. That cop would have got him locked up for shooting at him. And this is an officer of the law. This is not just no civilian. But then when he went on to say he did more telling, I was like, oh man, I didn't want to see no more. I cut that joint off. But I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and look at this full video. After looking at the full video, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. That was not snitching. That was not snitching, man. It is what it is, man. An officer of the law gave somebody else a gun to shoot at Beans. And he got shot. So he had every right to sue the police. For his injuries and the fact that that's an officer of the law. And as far as anything else is in there, it is what it is. He's got to tell the whole story. He got to tell the whole story. So at the end of the day, and like I said in prior videos, snitching is when somebody catches a case with somebody gets away, but they tell on them. They snitch on them. So they get lesser time and they can get that extra person. Or snitching is somebody that knows somebody, did a crime and they tell on them. So they can go get that person. But in this situation, it was an officer of the law that, wasn't doing his job. So this a whole nother, scenario. It's not the same. Like he said, he just wanted to sue. It wasn't about getting him locked up. He wanted to sue because that officer was not doing his job correctly. Everything else is like he just explained how it went. It is what it is, man. So I can't agree on that. Like, that's not snitching, man. King Erner, that's his opinion. That's how he feels. Okay, well, that's how he sees it. And I like I said in a prior video, that he overall was saying that, anybody doing any criminal activity, if you, testify against him, that's what his example was and what he was, really talking about and standing on. But in this sense, again, if a cop is not doing his job, it's just like somebody at a job and, you buy something or whatever, and then in the midst of you buying something, they acting a whole other way than who they supposed to be. They disrespecting you and this and that. Instead of you slapping them or whatever, you do things right. Okay. Well, let me see somebody over your head. Or you do it the legal way, period. You're not doing your job right. You was disrespectful. You violated me. So that's snitching. At the end of the day, man, it's no matter how many ways I try to explain it, people see things in their own way. There may be a whole nother way how I broke it down, but I was trying to give a understanding. In this sense, it's just somebody that, was an officer of the law that's supposed to protect and serve, but instead he gave somebody a gun to shoot at him. And Bean just told his story. He told everything that happened. It is what it is. Because like I said, when it comes to especially suing the police and stuff like that, they're going to press you hard. So you got to break down every bit of evidence of how did it come to this, what happened and all that. So at the end of the day, No, that wasn't snitching. That wasn't snitching. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Just had to make that clear, especially after watching the whole video. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's not snitching, man. You know, it is what it is. That cop wasn't doing his job the way he was supposed to. You know what I mean? So he had every right to sue. He had every right to do that. You know what I mean? And everything else he was explaining what went down. But y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Make the hood rich.